Hi, I'm Meghan Daily. I graduated in 2023. So when I went to SHS, I was diagnosed with dyslexia, auditory dyslexia, and mainly was I struggled in history and English the most. And when I went to the English class at SHS, the teacher that I had then, not saying names, but she did not necessarily help me with anything. She just started knocking down assignments, which did not help me. It just made me feel even more stupid. It made me feel dumb. I eventually started just walking out of her classroom and going to hang out with friends instead of going to school because I felt so stupid there. And in math class, even, the classes are just so big and so many people, and walking in there, even when you're like late or something, it's just, you don't want to be there. You don't want to walk into a classroom that's filled with these loud, obnoxious students, and it's just overwhelming, and continuously feeling stupid and beating yourself up for it. And now I want to cry because now I'm thinking about how I felt when I was there. It was really difficult going to SHS, and I eventually got sick and I dropped out for half a year. Um, at the time, my stepdad was the principal of LPO, and he told me about that school and convinced me to go. And I tried it out, and I learned to love it. I found my voice at that school. I loved the students there. They became not only friends but family, and the teachers cared about my IEP. They pulled me aside every day and talked to me about it and helped me through everything, every assignment, every lesson, anything I struggled with. And I had a really hard time finding my voice in any class, but I learned to speak up. I learned to ask for what I needed, and even if I sort of struggled, a teacher would always come to me and be like, oh, this person, I know that this person needs help, so I'm going to go sit with them. And yeah, they literally saved my life. I felt smarter than I've ever felt before. I felt more confident. I felt intelligent. Like I could sit down and actually do something with my brain instead of shut it down and put myself in a box and just not want to really wake up during the day anymore. My transition from SHS to LPO. Something that made me feel very unimportant when I went to SHS. Um, I was in an IEP meeting with my mom, and my counselor was there, and my school counselor was there, the principal, and a couple other people. And the main people that really were talking was my mom and my counselor, trying to advocate for me and get me the help that I needed. And I noticed the vice principal falling asleep in my IEP meeting, and that I personally feel like that school is more focused on more active people, the more intelligent people, the people that can go into a class and just do the assignments, or just didn't feel like they wanted to help me. And I know that I've had a lot of other friends that also struggled with that too. And one friend in mind, we both went to LPO, and we were both in our little IEP class, and we thrived together. It just, yeah, it worked out when we went to LPO.